Bye. Right now in the car, and Hari Krishnan, our friend, is actually taking us back to the border. It was a very short visit in Lesotho. We were only here about a week.
But it soon became one of my favorite countries with so much greenery and so much nature.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful country. But what we really couldn't do more of was to actually spend time with the locals, with like the Basotho people. But we did get to interact with so many of them at the school, especially some teachers and also the people working in the ground. So it was very nice to meet with them and talk to them. And of course, they were all very shy to come on camera, so we couldn't really share that much. Like the Basotho people, the people here in Lesotho are so nice. Yeah. They're very friendly, they're very warm. They're very relaxed. I think it's part of being in the mountains that makes them so friendly and all of that. So we'll really, now going back into South Africa, we'll definitely miss that here.
Yeah. And our plan today is to go to Bloemfontein, spend a night there, and then make our way towards Johannesburg.
So it's about 2 hours from here to Bloemfontein from the border.
That's why we started a little late today.
Yeah.
And I got to sleep.
And once we get to Bloemfontein, I think it's about 4.5 or 5 hours from there to Johannesburg. All of the cash we had on the first day of actually coming into Lesotho, we had just 1,000 rand or so. We ended up using that for the visa. So now Hari has actually gone into the bank to get us some cash so that we could have something in the wallet. Because right now we are bone dry. There's no cash at all in our wallet, it's just a card. And usually when you're crossing the border, it's better to have a little bit in cash in case we need like a taxi or so before we start hitchhiking. So yeah, I think he's already here. Now we're on our way back to the border. Bye, Hari.
We're on our own now again.
We go and get stamped out of Lesotho and we're back in no man's land after that.
We just got stamped out of Lesotho and now we walk, I think maybe 500 meters and we'll get the South African immigration office.
Back in no man's land. That's a big train.
It's a cement train. It's a cement train and it's crossing the border.
So we learned from Hari that the only train that moves between the two countries, South Africa and Lesotho, is this typically once a week or so. These are cement trains, and even oil for that matter actually comes on trucks. So passengers wanting to go across on a train can't really do it. We are now back in the lane on the South African side of immigration. We realized we didn't really talk about the visa when we crossed in from Namibia, but just to explain how we did this, we got a multiple entry South Africa visa.
And for 90 days.
So when we entered in sometime at the end of November, it was 30th November when we got in, our visa, we got stamped in for a stay up to 28th of Feb. So that was fairly long enough for us to actually get across the country. And at the same time, it's a multiple entry visa, so we could visit Lesotho as well without having to get another visa for South Africa. So we did have a few hiccups while trying to apply for it online, the South African visa. And with a bit of help from the embassy in Windhoek, we could actually get it done. And that's how we got the visa, just 2 days before we actually crossed into South Africa. So now we are stamped in again to South Africa until the end of Feb. So we just have to now find a way to get to Bloemfontein. I realized that we never really talked about the Lesotho monarchy thing. So what we learned while in Maseru is that Lesotho is actually a constitutional monarchy. There's a king, but the power to run the government, run the country, is actually with the parliament of elected members. There's a prime minister, and all of this happened over many years of change and evolution. But essentially, even though Lesotho is a country within South Africa, it's not a part of South Africa because They got independence in 1966, which was way before South Africa got it. While South Africa was a part of the British Empire, Lesotho was not actually part of the same British Empire, but rather a protectorate under the British government. So that is why they got independence in 1966, and they stayed independently within the larger British South African Empire until South Africa eventually got independence in the 90s. So this is the story of how Lesotho, even till today's day, separately as compared to South Africa. Shishira being funny. Back in South Africa, eh?
Yeah. Yes, ne?
I've learnt a few words.
Oh, and the strangest thing is South Africans use very strange, weird words for common words. For example, if we tell it's a traffic light, they call it a robot.
Yeah. And then
if you're wearing flip-flops, they call it slops.
yeah. We're already getting a hang of all of these words in
And
South African.
a petrol bunk is actually called a garage. People will say, oh, I will leave you at the garage on the highway.
So
And I
we're
would
thinking-
wonder, what will we do in a garage?
Yeah.
And then when we reach there, we get to know it's a petrol station. Now
But-
we're back to the country where hitchhiking time is a lot.
I'm sorry to say, but hitchhiking in South Africa still takes the crown for being the hardest.
That's why we're just planning to do 2 hours journey today. And then
to
tomorrow it will
Bloemfontein.
be a 4 or 5 hour journey.
He just told us it would be better if we walk a bit further and we can find
But
a
I think we
hitchhiker.
should stop here because there's a hump, a speed breaker.
Yeah?
There's a speed breaker, so they will definitely slow down and give them some time to look at our faces and judge whether they should pick us up or not.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Yeah. Anywhere on your way.
I'm going to Bloemfontein. But
Ah.
I was a bit skeptical when I saw you guys.
You can trust me, but
Yeah.
this one is trouble, huh?
Come on. We are married.
Put your bets in the
Ah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
We are at Lady Brand. It's the first town we get once we cross the border from Lesotho to South Africa.
And we probably would have missed this and just gone towards Bloemfontein. But the person who's giving us a ride, that's Tuma. Hi, Tuma. So he said we should stop here and take a picture together.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we would have missed this city
Yeah.
entirely.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you. Press the button. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. We came super fast. He was driving by the entire time.
Yeah, it was really fast.
And
I
it's
think,
still what, 1:30 in the afternoon.
I
left
think we
at
haven't even
11:20.
spent 2 hours on the road.
Yeah.
We're now in Bloemfontein, and this is the second capital of South Africa.
Yeah.
So the three capitals are Pretoria, Bloemfontein, and Cape Town. And Bloemfontein right now is a lot smaller than probably Cape Town and Pretoria, but we're at the outskirts.
And our host is actually living in a farmland, and she has sheep on her farm, some chickens,
Yeah.
and lots of plants.
So we've just reached, and now we'll go in. They're a bit camera shy, so otherwise we would have introduced you to them too.
Which one?
So, pardon.
Oh.
Oh, you stupid!
This one, this side.
Oh. See, I'm a princess. I wouldn't know.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
It's hot.
Hot.
It's hot! It was green, but now
Mm.
it's burning again.
Look at the number of chicks.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh my god, they're all running to the corner. Corner.
So we are right now at our friend Petro's farm. And as you can see behind me, all of this is grassland, which is where their sheep actually come to snack. And then out there they have a tunnel, as they call it, but it's basically a greenhouse. And then we're basically in Bloemfontein in the outskirts, and it looks so incredibly green here. And Petro was telling us if you come here in winter, it can go to somewhere under 0 degrees Celsius. And there's a lot of frost. There's no snow, but there's a lot of frost. So a lot of vegetation gets frozen here. So funny looking cat. You were saying something, Shish?
It's our first time at a farm and there are so many animals here. Sheep, kittens, dogs, chickens, and lots of vegetables, fresh vegetables like tomato, carrot, pumpkin, fruits.
This is Huwa. Hello, my friend. What do you make today, Shish?
It's dal and rice.
Very good.
No.